I have synchronized users from Azure AD to my WordPress website, and I have checked the action to soft delete users. How does WPO 365 handle soft deletion of a user? And if a user is soft deleted, how can that user be reactivated? Let's first have a look at the users that have been synchronized. How do I know whether a user has been synchronized? Well, if you go to your all users list in WordPress, you will notice that there are two extra columns. The last sync column and the column that would inform you whether or not a user is deactivated. And if a user is deactivated, you will then also find a button here in this column that allows you to manually reactivate that user if needed. So let's deactivate the user. Let's deactivate demo@wpo365.com and let's see what happens. To do that, I will navigate to Microsoft Entra Admin Center and look up that user under the Identity menu under All Users. And here I can find John Demo and I can deactivate John Demo's account by editing the account status. I click Edit and I will remove the check for account enabled. That should be enough, the account is disabled. So I return to my WordPress user list. I have not yet run user synchronization. So let's do that. I go to WPO365. I go to the user sync configuration page and I will expand the all employees synchronization job. Before I run it, I need to update the query. At the moment, it is selecting all transitive members of a given Azure AD security group. And I now need to add a filter statement to only include users that are actually enabled, that have not been disabled. So I test the query, everything looks good, and I will run user synchronization manually. That is finished, and I will return to the user list. And here I can immediately see that the user demo@wpo365.com has been deactivated. Now I can click to manually reactivate the user, but that's not what I want to do. First of all, I would like to check whether all the roles have been removed, and that seems to be the case, so that's good. Now what would happen if this user tries to sign in to the website? I will first open an older browser profile specifically for John. I will click to sign in with Microsoft to see what happens. Actually, I can't sign in with Microsoft. My account has been locked. So at this point, I cannot sign in with Microsoft. But can I sign in if I knew the password for my local WordPress account? Let's check. And let's try and sign in. As a result, I will get a message informing me that the account has been deactivated. There's one more thing to account deactivation. There is one more thing about soft deletion of users that you should know. If the user would become enabled again in Azure AD, so for instance, this user's account status would change back from disabled to enabled, and you would save that, then the user will not be automatically reactivated. If you go back to WPO365 to the user sync configuration page, then you will see that there is an extra option to enable user reactivation. If you want user synchronization to reactivate a deactivated account when it's also activated in Azure AD, in Microsoft Entra ID, then you must check this box and save the configuration before you run user synchronization again. Let's quickly do that. And you see that I have 29 users again that return from this query. And if I look at my user list, you can see that the account has now been synchronized again.